Hello and welcome back. Right, we have a couple of jobs to do and we have very limited means. Let me just check. I think we will... Yeah, we'll have enough manure in the morning. Right, let's get that cleaned. I left myself enough room for... Oh, that's a little bit tight, isn't it? Not the best thought out. Right. There is one thing I'm going to say straight away that you guys may well have noticed, because in editing I well noticed. I tried to lime this field twice because I was so excited about using the Fendt GT. Gotta be careful. I can't get into the habit of going over that field. I really can't. I'm just going to do this for... I started to use the Fendt GT for liming. And we want painting, and we want grass. Just that one, and we want tiny. Just going to literally... Yes, I did the Fendt GT and I limed the field with my loo limer, and then later on, totally forgetting I'd already limed the field, I limed the field again with my normal limer. And I know obviously what went through my head, it's obviously because normally I do use a big limer, but I use my new limer and then forgotten I'd used the new limer and then used my normal limer. Now I understand what happened, but I thought, when I look back, I thought, you absolute wally. And here was me going on about, oh yeah, it's not taking much lime, and I'm thinking, no, it won't. You've already limed it, you plonker. So yes, I do apologise for my excitement in using the Fendt GT. And on that note, on the note of the Fendt GT, which I can see across the road where I left it. Now, I'm going to... Let's go and grab it and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. A couple of things I also noticed. I talked about the... well, I know we tried our little experiment out, and I noticed... The reason we get the funny lines when we're spraying, I'll show you what I mean. If you look at precision farming and we go for, you get those funny green and brown lines. I did notice in editing, when looking at when the plough goes into the ground, the height of the, which should be going at 6 meters, the height of that goes so far in that you can see it's not spraying at the full 6 meters spread. So I'm not sure, it's too far into the ground. So we're going to need to tweak this to make it work. Now I'm not sure. I think we need to go for a front plough or a front cultivator. Well, actually no, it really needs to be a plough if we're going to do it up ploughing. Oh, I'm going to have to dump these on the ground as well, aren't I? And then stick that into... Right, okay. Or shall we go... I know. Right, we need the Fendt GT right now, so let's dump the... Actually, this makes more sense to leave this near the seed bucket, because that will serve two purposes. One, to remind me that I have lots of seed around there, and two, the association of the seeder with the seed boxes. I think that is quite a sensible thing to do. So let's stick that right near that. I don't really care about that at the minute. Oh, I do. This is awkward. I can't remember if you can actually have this. Right, we need to force dump. We should put that in one of the seed things. I know it's going to make a mess, and we'll also clear up the the lime over there and get that into one of the right, need to oh, I thought I was filling from that then. I was obviously too close to the field point from the... yeah, I am. I thought I was actually able to fill from the pile on the floor, but I'm not. Right, so then what we need to do now is alter this. I have a cunning plan. I have done this before in other Let's Plays. Another mighty power of the mighty Fendt GT. Now we're going to have to put... this has got natural narrows on, so it won't damage the crops. But none of our other tractors have, and you can't put narrows on the Sammy. It always has standards and wides and will always damage the crops. It's its one weakness. This won't damage the crops, but it needs to have a front attacher to scan the fields, and that's our first problem, because the crop, the wheat, it was actually in the growth stages shown as green. I can't remember if it was a second stage, so that means we're going to damage that if we start to do the sensor or any other work on that, like we want to fertilize it once we've done the sensor and we want to lime it. So to do that, we are going to need, first of all, to sense the field. None of our tractors have got narrows. We can put them on to our the Argotron. It does have narrows, but that's going to cost a few grand in itself. So if we go Stoll Super 1, that's 800, and if we, let's have a look. Now I'm going to literally, for once, I do not want to be charging up to the store for this, so we are going to allow, well, not only that, it also costs us anyway, so it's not like I'm there. Right, so front loaders, it is in front loaders, isn't it, for this? I'm sure it is. Now this is, where are you? We need two things. Sure, it's in front loaders still. It's not going to be much difference to buying narrows. It's going to be almost the same, but this has got a little bit of versatility in so much as we've got two front loaders, right? So in fact, let's buy this second hand, and then it's actually only costing us £2 which is, as I say, all in total, it's about the same price. Now, the other thing we need is... oh, hang on, no, I think this is in front loaders as well. I think it's the last thing. I always used to forget where this was. This is an adapter. Let's do the same colour as the Fendt. Costs another 50, 288. Right, okay then. So, we have our adjustment. We will repair these. Now, not many people know this. This is from the days when I used to do an awful lot of wood cutting. I created my own... we all know that lots of people use things in ways that things were never intended to do, and this is one thing that I discovered. You can do exactly the same in the CSZ pack. They have adapters from all of the different ones. Now then, which is the right way? I always get mixed up with this. Let's see. Okay. Now then, where is... of course it's on the weight on the front of the Sammy. Oh, it's done it again. Whatever does my super strength has switched it on. yes, we are going to have to fine-tune our little exercise, because it will work, but I'm not sure if you can stick this plough on the front. There are some ploughs specially designed, but it would be, I think if we put this on the front or buy another one, because I don't like the idea of, again, it will offend the realistic farmer police. Now there are some in this game, whether that's real to real life I'm not really sure, but that actually do work. Now we're going to do two things here. Now I'm not sure if a lot of people realise you can do this, but you can. Now then, so that's the fertiliser. I can't remember if you can put the front box on this, because if you could, that would be a real coup. I can't remember. I think there's something weird if you do, which is a shame. But anyway, one thing at a time. Field 16, we now have a tractor with narrows that already had narrows. I could really do with a bit of a weight at the back. It's a little bit floaty. Plough, of course. Perfect. Yes, our experiment was definitely a success, but not quite the success it should be, so with a bit of tweaking we will get that right, so it works perfectly. This is just for the weight, we're not ploughing. Ooh, I may have to do this manually. I'll tell you why, because I'm sure Courseplay is going to try to switch the back thing on and plough the field if we switch that on as well. So, yes. Now then, I need to do something about that tree. Just to slice. Should be. No. Almost. Now then, are you a tree limb that doesn't like to be caught? That went red. Shouldn't have gone red. That's the sign for... Oh my life! They shouldn't have allowed me to do that. Oh, nor should I have done it either. I was just surprised it was doing it, but then did it, and now we've just lost a tree. Ah, look at that. I have to plant some more little trees. Now mind you, we need some more, so I suppose it's going to push me into doing it. Oh, that's so annoying. I'm going to have to slightly, I have gone a little overcompensated this, to be honest. I suppose looking at it we might need to do that with a couple of those. I've well done this a little bit too. If we're ever going to use the edge of this field to travel to the others, I think we're going to need to change our routes so that we don't come this way. Now then, field 16. Yeah, I'm sure Courseplay is going to try and switch to the plough one. I've tried this before with multiples. Yeah, that would damage the crop. Just see. Yeah, no damage. Let me see. I'm really almost absolutely sure. Let's do a headland of 4, 9% overlap. No multiple tools, but you'll ignore me anyway and do what you like. So, yeah. I said no. No, this is going to have to be a manual jobby. Really is, unfortunately. Okay then. Oh, it's a bit of a pain. Oh well. It is what it is. Once we're doing things like fertilising and liming, to be honest, that'll be a completely different ball game, because the weight from the back will be fine, but for this I need a bit of weight on the back as well. I'm trying to think if there was any other way I could have done that. This field looks... There's not much scope on this for much expansion of the actual field, looking at things, but it is a fairly big field anyway, so to be truthful, wow, it's a bit bumpy on the left hand side. Wow. Let's try and gauge this a bit better. See, it definitely needs herbiciding. Definitely needs herbiciding. A little bit. We'll fill any missing patches at the end, of which there definitely are going to be some looking at this. Just finish that off. Actually, I'm not sure that thing is the blob for the telegraph pole, which will not fill. Yeah, it is. So is the other one. So it's not that I've missed anything at all. Nope, that is on the right. Let's grab that bit that I've missed. After this, let's have a look at precision farming. So nitrogen, none. Must remember we also need to do fields 12 and 13, and pH is also needs doing. So first order of business, yet again. I'm not sure, we may have actually got thinking about that. If that's the very first growth stage, I think you can roll over that with normal tyres, can't you? But to be honest, we would need to, in the long run, do this type of trick anyway, so it's not really going to have been a waste. Yeah, I think we're going to need to get used to different ways to... Right, so we can drop this. If we're going to get into the habit of, mind you, we usually use that as a weight for the salmon, don't we? It really has become its... to get used to not rolling over the field. Alright, let's drop that on that. grab that. Ooh. Okay. So we know. I'm trying to think actually, is this more sensible? Because you always need to change the frontage, so it actually makes more sense to leave the entire front section, the front lifter, actually by the toolbox mod. If we leave that over there, it makes more sense to leave that there. Need to take that off. None. Right, now then, so we're back in normal mode, so we now need to get into our normal liming mode. So that is the cedar. I want to leave. Now that field needs everything doing to it. Now, two birds, one stone. Now then, I think, is it 04 or 05 that I... can't remember when those bales were actually ready. I think it's 05. Yes, we have. Right, for once, we're going to stick a total mixed ration in there. Oh, there's actually quite a lot of weight in there. Oh, yeah, there is. Now, got to hope I'm actually in the right place. Yeah. Thankfully enough capacity for me to actually do that. Right, okay. I would clean it up, but being as I need it now to be empty, let's go and get the liming done. Oh, I need to turn the speed up to 5 because this is normal work. Nothing special. Yeah, I definitely need to increase this a little bit so that it really would help, I suppose, if I move the wow, I really didn't expect it to be that heavy. Okay, let's trim about half of it out, so we can about manage it. Oh my life, you're having a laugh. oh, you've done that thing where you've gone too high. Do you know, there are some times you just really wish that things would work how they should work. It shouldn't allow me to detach that if it's too high. Right, let's do all the jobs that need doing. Let's shift this out of the way, because that's definitely now becoming a pain. Right, wait, just somewhere over here, I remember it got scooted across. See if I can get hold of it. At least we made that a little bit smoother. We can actually get across there now. Yeah, you have, haven't you? You've gone too high again. Really? You really shouldn't be able to do that. It's not really going to help, is it? And someone would have to be in there for that to work. To remember that side pressure. Oh, come on. You've got 2.5 tons in the front, a 2.5 ton weight. The tractor has got to be 4 or 5 tons. Simple mathematics says that that's going to work. I don't get this. It's sometimes you can literally put 8 tons of one substance. I'm not sure if this is going to be right. Oh, it is. Other times you can put 2.5 tons of another substance and it'll be too heavy. It's just weird. The physics is sometimes... about cleaning this up, to be honest. Hate it when you've got spillages. We'll also do the same while we're here. Let's get these little jobs done that annoy. We've all got little pet hates. Right, okay. I don't know. Smashing. Right, let's set this going first on field 16. And I know it's going to use it quickly as well. So we'll be coming back for it, but as soon as we've put this on, I know it's going to be a little bit late. All the rest of it, that I really would like to get this done tonight on that field, and then tomorrow we'll get on with doing the I know we've still got our 12 and 13, but that's, unless that grows by the morning, which it really seriously shouldn't do. Let's put some lights on. left that a bit tight. It's amazing sometimes how your brain sees one thing in a certain way, but yeah, that one needs chopping as well. But then you look and you think, oh, it's a little bit too lenient. Right, 16. It's 14.1 for line. 18.1 for let's try that again. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, oh, it has got them. It has bypassed the islands. Lovely. Let's save that. Oh, let's drive it. Save. 16. Small. Alignment. Okay. Light. Let's go and quickly pick that seeds up. Really have got to get into the habit of putting my truck on follow me. That was the whole reason for buying this. I seem to forget all of the time and nearly always run everywhere. Luckily my fields are not too far apart, but truthfully speaking, let's use this as intended. I have got to get better at it. And then we are attached. Right. Whoa. Oh, that looks like I've even been too narrow on this side as well. Gordon Bennett. Talk about trying to get the most out of your fields. It's alright in one way, but then you're going to damage your crops by having to go onto the field. That needs shifting as well. Right. Let's tip that into the box that was not quite... Oh, I think that's still too much. That's too much for that last box. Why is it annoying? Yeah. 2,611 too much. Oh, it's so annoying. Don't want to tip it on there because it's going to cause, with it being a field trigger as well. You have to stick them here for now. So annoying. So all I've done is actually moved them. Let's put this back to the place it should be. Yeah, I thought as much. Right, let's go. Grab the truck. Let's go and grab that. And refill. One time we will have enough to put another think of my word in a minute. I am thinking, honestly. I've not forgotten. I'm just... Another container mod. That's the word. Yes, one of these times I will have enough to put another container mod over that side of the map, closer to those 3 fields. Truthfully speaking, the thing that is stopping me a little bit, I was thinking about it a few minutes ago. We could just about afford it now, but I don't like to take the money down to that point where you've only got 700. We know that we've got to fertilise and things in the morning, so that would be a real bad mistake. But even if we did, we're also getting closer to the main farmyard. Although thinking about it, yeah, we do really. We need to think. Just 1 second. Right, let's switch the light on. And whereabouts are you, Fen? Let's follow the big yellow blob on the field. I always forget to do that. Look on the mini-map, which shows you where the tractors and that are when you're using course play. I've got to get into better habits. Stop driving. Let's delete that. And let's go and fill. Let's switch some lights on. Sticker on current as well. This is more my feel. I think it's over this side, the entrance. I'm sure it is. Oh God, no it isn't. It is an entrance. It's not the right one. My sense of direction in the dark is not normally that bad, but I was thinking this should be our truck there, really. Right, come on. I wonder how many times we are going to need to fill this to actually make it work. Yes, I was thinking strategically now we need to be obviously field 8 eventually. When we do buy that, is also we're going to need to try and think of the central spot between 8, 16 and 12 and to see if we can, or either that or place another one. Either or. Right, let's grab the line from this one. Now I think, looking at the price of the lime as we got it earlier, I think this is dearer for lime than the container mod, so I'm going to work this out. Right, 449. 449 is what I want to remember. I want to see what 4,000 is from the container mod. I swear it's cheaper from the container mod line. Much cheaper. And I know fertiliser is for a fact. That I've seen that before. The One for All is still amazing, and it is cheaper in comparison to some, but certainly not as cheap as the container mod. The only disadvantage is the container mod takes much longer to dispense. The fill rate on the One for All is absolutely amazing, as you saw from that, whereas it trundles along when filling from the container mod. So pros and cons, but most of the time cheapness does win over speed, unless of course you're doing so well on this that you really don't care about that anymore, which we've all got there at times. But I'm at the stage where let's just have a look to see how far. Oh wow, did a complete round. So maybe only one more fill. Yeah, let's have a quick look on the map now and imagine. Yeah, if we... Oh, Gordon Bennett. Yeah, I to be honest, I think we'll stick another container. I was thinking about this. I would say, strategically, where I said just where the castle is at this point, where my pointer is, that is fairly central to 12, 13, 15 and 16. And obviously the one in 14 on the corner where it shows the symbol of the house, that's where the container is. That's perfect for 14 and 29. But looking at fields 10 and 8, I think we ought to stick one also on. It's not the most expensive mod for daily costs either, the container mod. I don't know whether it just costs you to buy, or I know some mods cost quite a lot for them, that the container either costs you nothing or it's very like £2 a day or something silly like that, so it's not going to break the bank to stick another container somewhere over there. So yeah, I think truthfully speaking, probably another container there. There's not much room here. That's the only reason I wouldn't do it there. 15 the same, there's not much room there. Maybe at the top a little bit, but it's very uneven, and then that's going to cause all sorts of pain as we need to try to make the field level again. So we know that this field here, if we do it at the edge of 14, just there, at that edge, that's really level there. We could stick that container there and be right in the middle of all of this area, including field 14, this edge. If you were on this side of the field, you could still fill that. 16, you're going to be close to it. So yeah, that's my plan. That's what I'm thinking. Let's have a look. Let's keep our eye on the map to see how he's doing. Or she. I can't remember. Right, at least we've got the sensor data. We will have the lime. And tomorrow, nitrogen. We need to. We also need to nitrogen 14 as well, don't we? I'd forgotten about that. So yeah, all the fertilising. Wow, I need another couple of passes. But how much has he got in there? Oh, 41%. Not sure. It's going down rapid, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to need, I think, the last run, I reckon, is going to be... I need some more. I did think that we'll be lucky if that does it, especially on the first run, to be honest. 56. Ooh, I don't think you're going to do it, are you? No, there's 2 rooms there. You might get away with one of them, but I don't think you're going to get away with 2. Not sure. Get down that much that time. It's very close if it does. Oh no. No. Valiant effort though. Something's making the gyroscope of my joystick's weird or something. It's on dropping. Never seen it do that before. Yeah. Something's not quite right. Hope I don't need a new gamepad. Maybe switch the lights off. Right, this should be, most definitely, the last time we need to fill. I am going to do that last patch myself. And then we are going to hit the sack. Thought would get more done tonight, but it's c'est la vie. It's amazing sometimes when on some episodes you manage epic proportions and then other episodes you faff around doing 3 little jobs. It's never can work it out. I suppose it's like days at work really. I'm just going to see what this costs in comparison. to that. See how much slower it is, though. It would have been filled about 20 seconds ago, but I'm sure this is much cheaper. Yeah, oh, but wow, almost 4 times cheaper. Wow, that's enormously. I think it was 449. I'll check in editing, but I'm sure that's right. Let's stick in that. Just reset my thumbstick, which is the one that does your camera angle. That is my timer telling me that I am finished, but I am going to finish this job and then we'll call it quits. Let's see if that's still dropping. Not that this gamepad owes me anything, it really is. I'm trying to think how many years old. Actually, I am going to stay, only for one reason. I'm not exactly sure where the strip is. Oh, actually I am, I can see it. In this light you can make out that. Just a tiny little bit up here. And then that's one job done. And that is tonight, this episode done. It's still dropping out. Oh, I'm hoping not, this is not a gamepad job. Be a glitch. No, it doesn't like that. Right. I'm going to leave this equipment right here. Switch the lights off. And I am going to say my usual speech. Say thank you very much for. I really am interested to know what on earth is switching super strength on. Yeah, it's on all the time. One day I will discover what is doing this. But for right now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you continue on this journey with us. We are moving on apace. This field is now ours. We've scanned it, we've limed it, we just need to fertilise it now, and the same with a couple of other fields, and then all of the field work will be up to scratch, I would imagine, by the morning. Yeah, we should probably have a full load of manure. I'm just trying to think, I can't remember if we actually have still got a loan. No, we're loan free with a very tiny balance. So, with no further ado, I'd just like to say goodbye for now, and thanks for watching.